Good Friday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to the Cruise News. I have a bunch of cruise news stories for you today, so we're going to go ahead and get started and get through them and get all of this information out to everybody. First up, we had a delay with the Crown Princess sailing out of San Francisco. Well, apparently, some of the guests on that sailing, they were upset over the delay. Crown Princess was supposed to sail this past Tuesday, about 4 p.m. in the afternoon from San Francisco, but a delay, and this was an expected delay, at least part of it was an expected delay. There was a silt buildup in the harbor area, unexpected low tides that were going to be coming in, and simply meant there just wasn't enough water underneath the ship. Water was too shallow for the ship to depart on time, and this was going to result in a delay. Now, Princess Cruise Lines did notify guests a couple of days ahead of time that there was going to be a delay. Let people know, hey, do not arrive to the cruise terminal at your originally scheduled time. It's going to have to be pushed back. Now, the ship was delayed longer than anticipated. Turned out that they could not head out, could not depart the port until about 1:15 a.m. the following morning, so Wednesday morning. And the first 3 days are sea days, so it's not expected to impact the itinerary. They're hopefully going to be able to make up that time. But that doesn't mean all the passengers were happy about it. And what they're not too happy about is the compensation that Princess is offering for the delay. Now, like I said, Princess did inform guests ahead of time, hey, this delay is coming. Do not arrive early. But of course, we all know that people are still going to arrive to the terminal early. Whether they didn't get the message, read their emails, whatever the case may be, they still arrived at the terminal first thing in the morning. And Princess did what they could, to accommodate these people, tried to keep them comfortable, put out snacks, put out drinks. They made arrangements with the Hyatt Hotel for some convention room space over there, transportation back and forth from the hotel. Also had drinks and snacks at the hotel. They did what they could to try to keep people comfortable, and then also gave them a 25% onboard credit. Now, the guest complaint, though, is that $25, well, that was kind of minimum for the delay they experienced. The cruise line put out snacks and put out some drinks, tried to keep everybody comfortable. But, that's not the same as being on the ship. It's not the same as getting to eat in the buffet and getting to go get some pizza and being able to eat in the dining room. It's just not the same. So the cruise line just really didn't take care of us. Now, guests could have left the cruise terminal. They could have gone out and gotten something to eat. But of course, then they would have lost their place in line for embarkation. So I guess at that point, is it more important to be first, second, third, or 100th on the ship? Or is it more important to go out and get something to eat, maybe take a look around the city for a little while, then come back to the cruise terminal? Because you know what? At the end of the day, everybody is still going to be able to get on the ship. It's just apparently some people thought being closer to the front was more important than maybe their comfort. And also this delay, well, it's not something Princess could have controlled. They can't control the tides. They can't control the fact that there was a silt buildup in the harbor area. These are just things that are beyond their control. They had no choice with the delay, nothing they could have done to make it faster. But what do you guys think? Do you feel a cruise line owes people more because of this type of delay? Or maybe do you feel that, hey, the cruise line told you not to come to the cruise terminal too early, you came anyway, and now you're upset that they didn't provide you more and are only giving you $25. Next up, Royal Caribbean has officially announced that all of their Oasis class ships now have the smoke-free casino. Now, this started a little while ago with Oasis of the Seas. The Jazz Club down on Deck 4 had been converted into a non-smoking casino with plans to do it to all of their Oasis class ships. Well, they have completed that process. So if you want a non-smoking casino, you're sailing on one of the Oasis class ships, you can now go down to Deck 4 where the Jazz Club used to be, and that is where the new non-smoking casino is located. So this now gives casino options for both your smokers, your non-smokers. Now you can pick which casino you want to go to, whichever one works best for you. For those that own electric vehicles, Port Canaveral has announced that they are adding 6 new level 3 charging stations there at Port Canaveral. They are going to be located over in the Cove District parking lot. So if you own an electric vehicle, you're coming off of a cruise in Port Canaveral, need to charge your vehicle, you're going to be able to do so right there at the cruise port. They said it takes about an hour to charge a vehicle, and that means you won't have to worry about making sure it's done before you get to the cruise or worrying about it immediately when you get off the ship having to go find a location. They're going to provide it right there at the cruise port. Next, Royal Caribbean. Well, they have announced that they are officially removing all Ben & Jerry's ice cream shops from their cruise ships, and that is going to be effective December the 15th here in 2023. So they're taking them all out. The contract with Ben & Jerry's has ended. They've decided not to continue, not to renew, and instead they're going to be switching over those ice cream shops to an in-house ice cream shop. Now, while they did say it's going to be replaced with their own, in-house ice cream shop, they haven't said, exactly what it's going to be, exactly what they're going to serve, or even what it's going to be called yet. All they've announced at this point is that they're done with the Ben & Jerry's and they're going to switch it to something in-house. So if you're cruising after the 15th into the beginning of the new year on a Royal Caribbean ship, you're going to have to look and see what the new ice cream shop's going to be, because it's not going to be Ben & Jerry's, at least not anymore. Celebrity Cruise Lines, well, they are making a change to their shore excursions, or specifically when and how you can cancel Celebrity Cruise Line shore excursions. So this is the only shore excursions booked through the cruise line, does not apply to anything third party. But originally, if you booked a shore excursion with Celebrity Cruise Lines, you could cancel that shore excursion, get a refund, as long as you did it 24 hours prior to arriving at the port. So just an example, you're arriving into Cozumel, Mexico on Tuesday, you could go down to the shore excursions desk on Monday, cancel your shore excursion for the next day, and receive a refund. And now that has changed. Instead of it being 24 hours that you could cancel and receive the refund, it is now going to be 48 hours. So again, same example, you're going to Cozumel, Mexico, and you decide to cancel your shore excursion for Tuesday. If you want that full refund, you now have to cancel it 48 hours in advance, which means back on Sunday. And one of the reasons Celebrity said they did this is because there are some people out there, folks are known to book several different shore excursions all in the same cruise port. They can't decide which one they want to go on. They're still picking, but they don't want them to sell out. So they'll go book 3, 4, 5 shore excursions in, let's say, Cozumel, Mexico. And then the day before they get there, they go down and cancel the ones that they're not going to go on, only picking one. Well, what that means for other passengers is, if you're trying to book shore excursions before you get on the ship, they may be sold out. Then the day of the excursion comes, and now there's spaces available because of the last minute cancellations. I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but you go to look to book a shore excursion ahead of time, it says it's sold out, it's not available. You get on the ship and you look, and suddenly there are spaces available. Well, that happens because people cancel. So according to Celebrity, by increasing it from 24 hours to a 48-hour window in order to be able to cancel with a refund, should give more people opportunities to book excursions that they want to take instead of having to wait till that last minute night before situation. We'll find out if this is going to help, or if this doesn't help, or if it even, reduces the practice of people booking multiple excursions. But if you are planning to go on a Celebrity cruise and for whatever reason have to cancel your shore excursion, just know you now have to do it 48 hours prior to the excursion. That way you can still receive a refund for that shore excursion you're not going on. And another cruising tale of caution, because we had some passengers that missed their sailing, they missed their cruise, and they missed it by only 20 minutes. So there's a video going around on TikTok, going viral over there, about some cruise passengers that missed their cruise from Long Beach, California on the Discovery Princess. They were scheduled to be there by 2 o'clock, or no later than 2 o'clock. And at 2:20 is when they get to the cruise terminal. And unfortunately, they missed their cruise. Now, according to the story, this all comes from a flight delay. They were flying from Arizona over to California. There was a delay with the flight. They had to catch a later flight, which is of course what caused them to be late. And I know that, people travel at different times for different reasons, but of course we're always going to say it is best to always fly into the cruise port a day ahead of time, because you never know these last minute flight delays. The airline does something, delays your flight, and now you miss your cruise, your vacation time, over something that neither the cruise line nor yourself could have controlled, with the exception of flying in the day ahead of time. At least if you fly in the day ahead of time and there's a delay, you have a lot more cushion space to still make your cruise. All I can say is you get all the way to the cruise port, you fly, you get all the way there, you're in the parking lot, you see your cruise ship leaving, that's heartbreaking. Because you've planned for this vacation, you've taken the time off of work, picked your shore excursions, super excited about your vacation, only to see your ship leaving without you. I can't imagine what this family was feeling. I feel bad for them. I honestly do. But it does have a happy ending, I guess. Not the best ending, not a great ending, not a I'm on the ship enjoying my vacation ending. But these particular passengers, they listened. They had cruise insurance, which means she was able to get a refund for her cruise. She was able to get the money back for her airfare, because in this particular case, it was the fault of the airlines. Okay, she was supposed to be on a different flight. There was a flight delay. They were late getting into LA. That can actually be put on the airlines. She had the insurance. She gets her money back, and she is planning to book another cruise. Hopefully, this never ever happens to them again. And when we tell these kind of stories, this is not to pick on these people. This is not to poke fun at these people. This is not for people to make comments about them, because apparently in the original story there was a bunch of negative comments about, well, you should have done this, you should have done that, this is all your fault for this. Because what this is a learning experience for everybody else. An example of, look, this is what can happen if you do these things. If you fly in the day of, there is a risk, there is a chance that something will happen and you will miss the cruise. Exactly what happened in this case. But if you have the travel insurance, at least you get your money back and can plan your next cruise vacation and get out there and try it again. And that's going to be our cruise news video for today. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.